Pika. 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 Pikachu.
Hi and welcome back to a brand new video with Minishu243. And first of all, I'm sorry that this video is a bit late, but if you follow my social like Facebook or Twitter, you will already know that I won't be able to record this before after Christmas. So first of all, I hope you all have a great Christmas and got a lot of cool gifts and all that. But for today, I'm gonna react to Thanos vs Darkseid for Death Battle, and it's Marvel versus DC. So this could be really interesting. I don't have any really big connection to either of these two characters, but I know one of them. Well, I don't really know any of them that much, really. First of all, I have not seen all the Marvel movies that are in the MCU, so I can't really say anything about there. So if there's technical stuff from there, I don't know. And then there's the comics. I not read a whole lot of their comics, of Marvel or DC for that matter. But I'm sure it's gonna be a good fight, or a good episode in general. So without further ado, why not just let this get going and play.
Hey guys, before we get started, I want to tell you about 23andMe, which is a DNA testing service that's named after the 23 chromosomes that make up your DNA. It's a great way to find out
I need
about
to raise my
your
volume a little
history,
bit.
your wellness,
This was
and
low.
it's super easy to do. All you gotta do is spit in a tube and send it off, and then you find out.
There we go.
Now through December 25th, get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com
Okay.
/deathbattle. That's the number 23andme.com /deathbattle. Again, that's 23andme.com /deathbattle.
Well, let's get started, I guess.
Power. Some spend entire lives in search of it, while for others, it is their birthright. But what truly
That's true.
matters in the end is
If
how
you're a
it's
comic book character, at least.
Like with Thanos, the ultimate villain of the Avengers.
and Darkseid, arch nemesis to the Justice League.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright.
Over 1 million years ago, when mankind's evolution first broke away from the apes, the cosmic celestials arrived on Earth. They experimented on the human race, creating 3 separate variants. The powerful and beautiful Eternals, destined for immortality. Those with a latent mutated gene, which would one day spawn the X-Men. And a deformed, disturbing subspecies known as the Deviants.
Like that one website with all the porn.
What?
Anyway, the Eternals eventually colonized the moons of Saturn thanks to this science wizard named Mentor, whose collar's like the lampshade I put on my dog to make him stop licking his junk.
Charming. But while the Eternals seemed like a perfect people, Mentor's own son would change this forever and force the cosmos to its knees. His name was Thanos.
You were a fool to betray me, Ronan. Prepare to meet your doom.
Thanos was born into a life of luxury. Sure, his mom went totally insane and tried to kill him right away, but what do you think you'd do if you popped out a creepy California raisin baby?
It seems the Celestials' experiments weren't quite so different from each other. Despite his eternal heritage, Thanos' large, disproportionate body and thick purple skin were thanks to a deviant mutation.
Which you'd think would mean everyone would hate him, but nope! The Eternals were super progressive and totally cool with a wrinkly grimace walking around.
In fact, Thanos was greatly admired for his exceptional intelligence and creativity. He was set for a positive and decorated future.
Until he threw it all away for a girl. Hey, I don't blame him. Lots of guys do crazy shit for hot chicks. Especially when you're a secret murder-happy psycho who's obsessed with the physical manifestation of death.
To earn Death's reciprocal
Yeah,
love,
okay.
Thanos took a journey, a quest, to ravage the universe in her name.
And as an Eternal, he had plenty of superhuman power to do it. He was already the strongest and fastest Eternal around, but he boosted his power even more with bionic and magic enhancements.
And while his physical and psionic abilities are impressive, his incredible genius led to building massive spaceships, shields that can withstand planet-level attacks, and even a time window.
and the most badass throne ever. It comes packed with its own laser weapons, light speed travel, and it can teleport through space and time.
And unlike most Eternals, Thanos has also dabbled in the mystic arts. Petrification, curses, even some of his throne's abilities seem to be more magic than hard science. All of this potential makes Thanos an incredibly dangerous foe.
Yeah, good luck trying to hurt him. He can survive pretty much anything, including a gun specifically designed to kill him. He even shot himself in the face with it just to prove how goddamn awesome he is. Don't try that at home, kids.
He's strong
Yeah, you
enough
better
to
not do
overpower
that.
2 Thors at once, snap a universal weapon known for its extreme durability, and even lift the gargantuan Galactus engine.
A giant super rocket big enough to move planets. According to Mr. Fantastic, and that guy knows his stuff, this thing is hundreds of miles long.
While the Galactus engine's size seems to vary from comic to comic, Reed's assertion matches its appearance when it propelled Ego the Living Planet. By examining the engine in 3 separate parts, applying the density of steel, and comparing Ego's diameter of 4,165 miles, we've found that Thanos must be lifting about 50 quintillion tons. That's like holding up 140 trillion Empire State Buildings.
Okay,
And
that's
doing this
that's
inside the gut
insane.
of a living Kurt Russell planet that eats other planets and even stars. Man, I thought I had an iron stomach.
But destroying a star isn't a simple thing. Any energy directed toward a star would just be absorbed and adapted to. Only by completely nullifying a star's constant energy output can it be eliminated.
So Ego's stomach acid must be deadlier than frigging supernovas or a black hole. He'd probably love Mama Boomstick's world-famous ghost pepper pie.
Ugh.
It's
Ghost
fine,
pepper
just
pie?
add in some squirrel paste.
Surviving the stomach of Ego
Okay.
isn't so far-fetched for Thanos.
I'm not too sure I
Considering
will
he's
taste
also
that.
survived a dip in a black hole, extreme reality warping across the metaverse, and the voice of Black Bolt.
What's so special about this guy, you ask? Well, with just a whisper, he obliterated 1 billion tons of rock. This guy can easily break a planet with just one shout, and Thanos took 3 of them to the face.
Although Thanos isn't known for being a speedster character, he's still quick enough to battle the likes of Silver Surfer, a being who can cover 500,000 light years in just a couple of seconds, putting him over 3 trillion times faster than light. With so many impressive showings, it's hard to truly find a weakness.
Except for one.
Oh, god damn it.
Deadpool.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's me, Deadpool, slayer of Deathstrokes, befriender of ponies, and breaker of mad titan hearts. And like Casanova, the ravenous reaper can't get enough of me, and Thanos just hates that. Ooh.
Well, Thanos did curse him so he couldn't die and be with her.
I know, right? He's a big purple crybaby. Have you seen that chin, though? It's like he got hit in the face with a slap chop.
Don't you have like a party in Ponytown to be at?
Ah, come on, buddy. You can't have a death battle season without Deadpool, right?
We did. The last one.
Nobody counts that one. I mean, that's the year you pit a dog in a trench coat against a goddamn bear. What did you think would happen?
Yeah.
Whatever. I know
Okay.
I'm not wanted. See you next year. DP out.
Oh, good riddance.
Even with all of these powers and abilities, Thanos still felt he needed something more to impress Death. Think he's compensating for something, Wiz?
Oh, absolutely. So he built the Infinity Gauntlet, a golden glove which harnessed the power of 6 multicolored gems, known as Infinity Stones. With these, he could control the full spectrum of space, reality, mind, power, soul, and time.
And with those powers combined, he summons Captain Planet.
Well, more like the destruction of half the universe, but sure, whatever.
Steve?
Same difference. But wait, isn't the Time Stone the green one in Doctor Strange's necklace?
Well, in the movie universe, the Time Stone is green, but in the original comic series, it's orange. This is because every universe has its own unique Infinity Gauntlet that works exclusively there. And sometimes the stones are different in color. Here, just follow this handy diagram I made.
Yeah, don't care. So with all the stones, he wiped out half the universe with only a snap of his fingers. But he also started going a bit crazy and began to doubt his ability to perform. Hey, happens to the best of us.
Yet it never keeps the Mad Titan at bay for long, whose constant lust for power and godly status in the universe is only matched by his drive to just kill everybody.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Okay, Darkseid.
10 billion years ago, the primeval old gods clashed in a cosmic civil war called Ragnarok.
That the one with Thor and Jeff Goldblum?
No. Yes, kind of. The battle was so great that the result was an explosion that tore the gods asunder, sending a great god wave throughout the metaverse, eventually birthing a new generation known as the New Gods.
How original! Well, some of these include Alpine Space Skier, Fancy Pants Shakespeare, and this cyborg spider Humpty Dumpty. Half of these guys ended up on a beautiful paradise world called New Genesis, while the rest got stuck on an actual fireball called Apocalypse. With a K.
Among these damned souls was Prince Euxis, second in line to the throne behind his older brother Drax. Not Dave Bautista Drax, but DC Drax.
Aw, man, I really like that guy. He's not afraid to say what he's thinking.
You are horrifying to look at, yes.
To rule Apocalypse, Drax was meant to enter the mysterious Omega Pit and absorb the Omega Effect, a force of destructive entropy bound within Apocalypse.
But being the crafty bastard he was, Euxis tricked DC Drax into getting killed and stole the loot for himself.
And so the Omega Effect transformed Euxis into the physical manifestation of tyranny, Darkseid.
Now what? Now you die.
As the king of Apocalypse, Darkseid entered a war on the universe. Whether he was kicking New Genesis' ass or giving the Man of Steel a hard time, Darkseid was always working toward his one goal, conquering all life.
And thanks to his new god physiology, he has incredible superhuman strength, speed, agility, and even immortality. He's already over 245,000 years old, and that's given him plenty of time to push the limits of the Omega Effect.
He's got a whole bunch of cool Omega powers that break all the rules of nature. He can teleport across time and space, fly at unthinkable speeds, warp reality around him, and grow supersized.
Something he's pretty used to doing. The scale between the Prime Universe and Darkseid's own universe, the Fourth World, is vast. He travels between universes via boom tubes, which automatically adjusts his size to what is considered normal within his destination. Otherwise, he'd have a hard time fitting in, given that the normal size of a new god is about the size of a star.
Oh yeah, I've had that kind of trouble with my boomstick tube.
He can use various psionic powers like telekinesis and telepathy, and can easily manipulate sentient beings thanks to a cosmic awareness of the multiverse powered by 18 divine senses.
You know, I bet he never forgets where he leaves his keys.
Like a space-age necromancer, Darkseid can possess living or deceased beings, controlling them like puppets. He can even control basic inanimate objects, just like the Nomad of Nowhere.
Holy shit!
Okay, cool.
Wiz, never thought I'd say this, but I might have had too much to drink.
But Darkseid's
Really?
deadliest technique is his signature
Too much to
Omega
drink
Beam.
for you, Boomstick?
These burning lasers of hatred are capable of instant sharp turns and tracking multiple targets at once.
They're splitting up. They can do that? They're locked on us.
On contact, the beams can either disintegrate their target, transmute matter, erase beings from existence, or trap enemies in the Omega Sanction. The Omega Sanction is a sort of life trap. Its target enters a self-contained reality where they live out an infinite number of lives for eternity.
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. I'd just do a Bill Murray and use all those lives to learn piano or save a dog or... Yeah, that's probably about it.
Well, there's a catch. Each life in the Sanction gets progressively worse as it goes, including how you die. When the third Mr. Miracle was trapped in it, he was fairly unaware, until he was beaten, burned, mutilated, and castrated, broken to a point of intentionally overdosing. And that was just his first life in the Sanction.
Oh. No thanks. I'm good.
To overpower the multiverse, Darkseid would face some pretty steep competition. However, his power eclipses those of even some of the strongest heroes around.
He's fast enough to take a trip to the Source Wall in just a few seconds. That's at the very edge of existence. So like, you're not gonna be able to map quest that shit.
The edge of the observable universe is about 45 billion light years away, and scientists hypothesize the actual scale is over 100 sextillion times greater. It took a whole year for the legendary Helm of Nabu to make this journey. But for Darkseid, all of 5 seconds.
Oh.
To pull this off, he'd have to be moving over 87 duodecillion times the speed
Damn.
of light.
which is totally a real number that I understand. But if he's super big in Fourth World, wouldn't he have an easier time getting to the edge?
We're factoring the scaling across his universe as a whole. Besides, technically the Fourth World is 4 billion years older than our own universe, so the distance to the edge is probably even further.
He's so quick, he can choke out Superman before he even sees him move, or knock him out cold in just a few bitch slaps. And Superman can survive supernovas to the face! Also, since Darkseid wasn't affected by the Crisis Mega Reboot, it's still canon that he can blitz pre-Crisis soups, who can sneeze solar systems away!
Darkseid is strong enough to crush a lantern ring with ease, destroy planets with his Omega Beams, and wipe out the Justice League with a single strike. Even with all this power, Darkseid believed he could not dominate the universe until he discovered his ultimate prize, the anti-life equation.
Ha! I knew numbers were bad for you! Take that, Miss Jensen and your stupid ruler!
The anti-life is technically an entity of its own, a fragmented piece of the source from which all life originates. However, Darkseid discovered a formula which essentially manipulates the anti-life's presence in all living things, in a manner which definitively proves that all freedom and hope are meaningless efforts.
So it's math that just makes you sad.
Yes. And a slave to Darkseid, but yes. So, the anti-life is pretty weird, but you know what's even more so? The Darkseid that you think you know isn't actually Darkseid.
Say what now?
He became the very essence of tyranny itself. This non-corporeal god rests in the higher
Oh
plane
my
of fortune,
gosh,
and
you guys are
builds
hyping him
avatars
up.
of his consciousness to interact with the multiverse around him.
I
While
already
each avatar
pretty
is
sure who was going to win
himself,
this.
It's a necessary handicap, as his own existence in a universe other than Fourth World would shatter the laws of reality, ending time and space as we know it. The sheer power of the Omega Effect threatens entire cosmos, similar to how its equal, the Astroforce, could counter an Oblivion Bomb, capable of annihilating the universe in a single blast.
Holy shit! His avatar may lose some power, but it's still tough enough to survive a bomb Lex Luthor designed to rip apart existence, and a shot from Marvelous Marno's Master Blaster, which sounds like it was made up by a circus clown. And that kinda makes sense because apparently no life form can stand up to it. Just like clowns.
Except for Darkseid.
Well, Darkseid isn't immune to all guns. All you need is a neat little Radion bullet.
Think of Radion as the new god's kryptonite. Despite all his power, Darkseid is far from invincible. He's had his heart ripped out, his soul stolen by death, and his essence shattered by Superman, singing.
Hey Darkseid, look at this photograph!
To this day, even after so many cataclysmic events, the Lord of Apocalypse continues his mission. Every living being in the multiverse will bend to the will of Darkseid.
It seems I
Oh,
have
God.
thankful my
So now we've talked about his weakness. It seemed like you were hyping up so much.
you a quick death.
But, oh well.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I need something that can sate my godly hunger.
Okay. I already know who I think is gonna win this. It's just, okay, Thanos is interesting in his own ways, I guess. Sure has survived a lot of stuff. It sure seems really powerful and all that. But Darkseid just seems a lot better to me. So, yeah, I'm not gonna let this go on for too long, so I'm just gonna give my guess right here now. Darkseid is gonna win this. If I am wrong, okay, cool. But no, I don't think I'm wrong about this. I am pretty sure Darkseid has this one. Just because, yeah, you seem so much better in theoretically every way I can think of. Besides, he seemed a lot faster too. I mean, if that, I don't remember his name, but if that helmet thing guy, whatever, could travel from one edge to another in, I don't remember how long time they said it, and Darkseid can do the same distance in just 5 seconds. That's clearly, just to me, it seems a lot like Darkseid has this one, because also a little bit because of that, and because of the whole guy and stuff and all that. But And because of the fact that you might not even be fighting the real Darkseid, this is gonna be interesting itself. I'm gonna stick with Darkseid, of course. So I'm gonna see if I'm right about this. I am really curious. Is this the last episode of season 5? Gonna be a correct guess? There's only one way to find out. It's go time!
You can fly, you can teleport, it'll send you through time and space, and it's perfect for gaming. You follow me? Sure you do.
Deadpool.
You're a forward-thinking guy.
At last, there it is.
Hey, Thanos! Buddy! how are you doing? Rocking that chin as always.
Get off my throne and kneel.
What happened to Deadpool?
Death at the hand of your new emperor.
You know not the infinite wealth of destruction I command.
Fight!
Supreme Emperor, I'm galactic, swiping away your tactics, crushing you under my feet. What has nothing to me, turn to dust. Let's punch it in feet, let's go with it. I change reality when I think to the brink. Soul, I own it all. I'm the king of the universe now.
Dare strike me.
Put a stop to
Make
you now.
for the
First
sweet
sound
release
down,
of
we'll
gas. You first.
Oh yeah, of course, I forgot about that.
Battle for the universe, let's get striking.
But still, let's stick with Darkseid. I'm pretty sure he got this one still. I'd be really surprised if we lose though. Ouch!
I'm the king. I'm the king. I'm the king. Let's get it on. I'm here. Don't give me love, just feel. Since I made my commit that the universe.
Oh, you guys are destroying everything.
Got Death's phone number and I'm making a call. I walk through portals, step on the borders of time and space. You're never stopping this. King of apocalypse, turn planets into slaves. Better give me respect. I bring strong to death battles. Leave a mega effect. Settle your debt. I took life to get to the throne. I never regret. Heads roll when I step in. Give me your neck.
Okay. Wait, how did he do that? It's called animation logic, but still.
I am Thanos. Thanos is supreme. Thanos is God.
I don't think this is over yet. I'm pretty sure you're gonna lose this, Thanos. But of course, I would love to see you prove me wrong. Come on, Darkseid, finish him off. Wait, what happened? You knocked each other's out.
These games bore me, but this will bring a smile to my face.
Tell me you were fighting the fake one.
It'll have to wait.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
Coward! Who are you? Who are you?
I'll show you.
I saw it coming. That was cool.
This is who I am.
No effect, huh?
Your reality is far from my own. You have
Yeah, Thanos, you lost this.
and Thanos. I am all things. This is who I am. Pitiful.
Is he looking at us?
Oh
Deadpool.
my god, it's Deadpool with a gun!
Be whole in endless death.
So you watching any anime?
KO!
Okay.
That's the worst way he could have gone out, because now he's gonna be dying over and over and over.
Thanos was an incredible foe, especially while
Cool.
wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. Unfortunately, the gauntlet had a fatal flaw.
Yeah, that golden glove only works in its own universe, and Darkseid could easily move the fight to new ones with his boomstick tubes. Universe hopping is kind of his thing.
The Reed Richards of the Interdimensional Council of Reeds figured this out. Its 3 founding members, Reed, Reed, and Reed, each possessed Infinity Gauntlets, but discovered that they couldn't work outside of their own universes.
The gauntlet had no problem making Darkseid's avatar not feel so good, but since Darkseid's true form was always in the Fourth World universe, Thanos couldn't actually finish him off with the gauntlet.
Even if this fight took place in entirely neutral territory, the victor wouldn't change. Thanos' gauntlet wouldn't work, and true Darkseid's presence would actually just destroy everything just by being there.
But he didn't just lose because of the gauntlet. He really couldn't keep up with the space golem.
Even going toe-to-toe with a being as fast as Silver Surfer was nothing compared to when Darkseid took a trip to the edge of existence. This puts Darkseid almost 28 octillion times faster than Thanos.
And his Omega effect scales to the Astro Force, which could equal the Oblivion Bomb's universe-destroying blast. This means the Omega effect and Infinity Gauntlet were both pretty even in terms of destructive ability. But unlike Thanos, Darkseid can use his Omega powers whenever and wherever he wants.
Once he lost the gauntlet, Thanos could certainly survive star-level attacks, and even greater. But universal destruction is definitely a bit more than his purple Eternal Hide could handle. And even after that, Darkseid had plenty of ways to end the fight whenever he wanted, like the Omega Sanction.
Thanos was super powerful, but Darkseid was just faster, stronger, and even more ruthless.
And if you think about it, Thanos needed the Infinity Gauntlet to become a god, but Darkseid already was one.
Thanos just couldn't
Run
run
the gauntlet!
Oh, you son of a bitch!
The winner is Darkseid.
Oh well, I'm glad I was correct about this.
Hey, thanks for watching this year's season finale. If you want the music from the battle, you can get it by clicking the link below.
Or if you guys want to see Thanos and Darkseid in a rap battle, then just click that video right over there and check out our friends JT Music.
That battle will return with a splash. January 21st. With a splash. With a splash. Anyway, okay, let's start with the whole analysis. The analysis was cool, interesting, fun to watch. Of course it was. Just the fact that you seem to be hyping up Darkseid a lot more than they did with Thanos. But, which you made it pretty obvious for me to know that Darkseid was gonna win this. And I am really happy I was right about that. So, yeah. The battle music, I enjoyed it. I mean, fits well, I guess. I don't know, in this alright now. The animation itself, I enjoyed this animation. It was actually really good. Though I did not expect too much about Deadpool in this episode, but he sure did make his appearance. So anyway, yeah, with that said, I think this Deadpool itself was really interesting and cool and fun to watch. I don't know if it's my favorite by far, but it's totally up there, I think. At least if you think about only the battles themselves, of course. If you include all the analysis and stuff, it might not, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say much about that. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and as I forget to say in the beginning of the video, I have to start doing that in the season 6. Anyway, follow the link below if you want to see the original video without my commentary, and be sure to subscribe to Miniature243 for more future Deathball reactions, as well the next one is January 21st, I think they said. So that means mine is a couple of days after. It should be a couple of days after. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys do enjoy. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Miniature243 signing out.
I'll bring you down, the game you fight is mine. My power drains you, weakens you in time. Fire rushes through my toughened skin.